Welcome back, Tribe. Have a clip here that was going viral. It was a TPUSA event, basically talking down at men, but it's coming from these conservative women, the tradcons, the covert feminists. And I'm just going to let it go through all the way, and then we'll get into it.
That feminism has failed women. Second one, are you ready? Are you ready? Porn has weakened men. And you know, Charlie was so good at talking about this and so good at talking so courageously and sternly and clearly to the young men. Here's what we know about porn and why it is so detrimental, not only to men, although it disproportionately affects men. Porn objectifies women and children. It commercializes sex, which is a gift from God for a married couple between one man and one woman, and it glorifies violence.
A note on the violence, because I made a post about this. Women consume porn that is extremely violent and looks like harming women. Women actively seek out that kind of material. Women are watching that. Explain yourself.
It creates addiction and shame. It destroys marriages. It ruins your perception of other people. It is the legal loophole for sex trafficking. It is evil in every way, and it will destroy your life. And this is what I would want to say to men, and I hope that you hear it from strong men in your life, that men, we need you. And we need your masculinity, and we need your strength, and we need your boldness, and we need your courage, and we need those things to be harnessed for good. We need you to be solid pastors. We need you to be strong leaders. We need your voice. We need you to bravely stand up for the most vulnerable, to stand up for women and children and for the unborn, to raise a respectful ruckus for the things that matter. We need really strong.
Respectful ruckus? You mean a revolution? Respectful, the tone play. We need to have a respectful ruckus for the discussions around things that matter.
Men, and porn makes you weak.
Okay, porn makes you weak. Thank you, lady. Who produces it? Who are the women? Or I should say, who are the ones on OnlyFans? Who are constantly joining by the hundreds of thousands? Who push it on Instagram when they take half-naked pictures and then with the link in the bio to their adult content? Tell me. In the comment on here, it says, I have noticed that the male influencers who have been the most effective at leading young men to be more masculine and ditch porn are constantly being called misogynistic by women on the right. If you want men to lead, let them lead. And that's a woman that wrote that. And it's completely true. We need you to step up, men. We need you to take responsibility. We need you to take control. We need you to make all the decisions. But when you tried, we were shooting down your throat and told you that you were toxic, that the patriarchy was holding us back, that you don't know what's better for us, and who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? This is what happened. You can't go and just say, well, feminism has failed women. No, feminism has failed society. Feminism has damaged our men. And feminism has had a negative impact on women. And why don't you start with the women as a woman? Why don't you go, porn is hurting men. Women shouldn't partake in that thing because it hurts the people that we need most in our lives. We need strong men. So if women engage in hypersexual activities or adult entertainment, then we are damaging the minds of our young men who will grow up to be weak. And that weakness in a man could turn into trouble for a woman or society. Think abusers, think shooters, public tragedies, shit like that. Why don't these women, if they care so much about God, family, the nation, the community, why don't they have meetings for women, by women, and that's it? Stop talking about men. Stop telling men what we need to fucking do after you've told us for decades what we can't do and what we shouldn't do, and we should mind our business. Why don't you start a TPUSA for women only? Why don't you have movements and conventions and events and meetings at the local, state, federal level for women only, where you hold women accountable for everything that they do. Stop posting thirst traps on every single fucking platform. Every single male space that a woman ever enters gets hypersexualized. Even Twitch TV, as mundane as that used to be back in the day, where you would watch sweaty nerds battle it out on video games, you would go watch Shroud, aimbot in a human form, destroy all the competition, and you'd be like, fuck, I wish I was that good. Then you had the hot tub meta, the just talking IRL. All these chicks get into video games with their fucking tits pushed up in their bras, practically in their necks, just to show off. They suck at the game. They're not even good at the video games. They're just capitalizing on a market of thirsty young men who are using their parents' credit cards to pay for bits and all that stupid shit because you can't compete with men in video games. So you did the next best thing. You sexualized the market, and Twitch turned into a fucking cesspit of shit. They moved into other spaces. Men can't even have their own spaces to become the masculine leaders you want them to be because women invaded the Boy Scouts. It doesn't exist anymore. The Boy Scouts was struck down while the Girl Scouts still exist, but the Boy Scouts had to allow girls in. So even if you wanted a strong man, you can't have him. He can't even from the little age of a boy to become an Eagle Scout. You can't go out in the woods and start a fire. You can't go out and learn shit about nature. You can't do anything because a woman has to fucking be present in your space. Women, get the fuck out of male spaces. Get the fuck out of male life and hierarchy. Stay the fuck away from young boys and let men raise them. That's how you will get the society that you want. Until this is the conversation that is had, you will keep producing weak men like you, emotional men like you, emotional men that will abuse you, rape you, murder you, and really do the things you were blaming toxic masculinity and patriarchy on. The kinds of men that have shot up schools in the recent, 10, 15 years. What the fuck did they look like? Did they look like strong masculine men that women wanted? They look like weak, shriveled up pieces of shit, husks of what a man is. This is all due to the feminization of the household, society, corporate life, schooling, education in general, politics. Wherever women enter spaces, it turns to shit. Stay the fuck in your lane if you want society to be good. Look at how you vote. You vote for bigger government, more liberal leftist policies, bigger welfare state, more censorship with your tone policing, more authoritarian governments, more bailouts for accountability. Look at all the incentive. We incentivize single motherhood. This is a femme-centric society. It's fucking garbage. It's made so women succeed in it. Despite all odds, despite the fact that you are not competitive, you cannot lift a 200-pound man and save him from a burning building. They still push your ass through to make you a firefighter. You can't fucking enforce violence. You're a tiny 5'6" woman, and you think you're going to stop a 225-pound, 6'4" felon criminal that wants to kill you. You think you're going to apprehend him and force him to the ground and do fucking anything? You're endangering society with this delusion that you think you could be a man and you can do it better than him. You think you can compete in sports like men do, and then are shocked that the weakest piddly version of a man can step on stage and break world records that women are holding. We are not the same. We will never be the same, and that is God's gift, that we are different and we enhance each other's weaknesses, you could say that. Things that we're not as talented in naturally. And this is the real conversation, by the way. And I don't think I've ever went this deep in this conversation specifically like this, telling women to just really get the fuck out of spaces completely, retreat, let men do what you want them to do. I haven't went this hard or based or whatever you want to call it in this, but it needs to be said because now there is a push by the conservative wing to get men on their side and to tell them to man up. And this is coming from both conservative men, but also these conservative women. Yet both refuse to admit what the problem actually is. And that's women taking over. The churches have become feminized too. All the churches do today is literally placate to women. They're feminized hellholes. Every aspect of society where a woman has entered, they have ruined it. They've made it less competitive. They've made it more catty, more emotional, more backstabby, more everything that's wrong with HR in the corporate work environment. You look at somebody, you say something, they start a fucking rumor about you and all this shit, and all of a sudden you're caught up in HR and you're getting fired. You're on performance review because Sandy said you made a comment about her dress look nice and she felt some kind of way. And our corporate work environments in like the 60s and 70s, 80s were machines. It was all about efficiency. Small teams, big teams, it didn't matter. It was mostly men working and working their ass off, their fingers to the bone, producing crazy amounts of profit for the company, efficiency up the ass, like our engineers and our tech nerds and all that. They were in small teams, busting ass, working like 16-hour days, sleeping in the office, nobody showering, constantly programming, constantly looking up for the latest information, analyzing, synthesizing, all this shit. That's what men were good at. And he would come home and he actually had something to come home to, some form of a peace, after busting down 80 hours to provide his family with a dream life that his parents never had. And now women move into space and they're fucking, green, little girl in a hoodie, itty bitty titty committee. You're fucking dancing in the office looking like retards. You're in like human adult daycare. What the fuck are you even doing at work? Oh, I just drank my latte. And then like, come on with me, girlies. I'm going to show you what a day in the life of working at fucking Twitter is. I start off by sucking dick on the weekend. And then I'm going to go wash it down with a latte and go into my little slop pod where I hear music playing so I can forget about being a whore for a second and the guy's terrible dick. And then I'm going to repeat this process next week. But for now, I need to clear my mind in my slop pod before I go to my uber hard, big girly meeting on Zoom and where the boss tells us, hey, Sharon, you have 2 things to do today. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do that? Because I had brunch with Cindy at 12 o'clock. So like, I got to jet, girlies. I got to go to brunch with Cindy, brought back this fucking cupcake. Hey, again, it's me. We're going to now answer this email. Watch me be super smart, girly. I'm going to use ChatGPT to tell me how to write this paper. Oh my God, I just wrote it. Attach, sent the email. I make $95,000 a year. Girl bossing. Fuck you. You are worthless to society. I hope and I can't wait for AI to destroy all these shit jobs and knock the fucking ego into hell. That's where it needs to go. Because it's insane how much society, TV, culture, work, politics has blown up women's egos. Bro, the audacity to think that you can tell a man anything about being a man or masculinity. Unbelievable. The fact that you even think it's appropriate to have that fucking conversation in public. What the fuck do you know about being a man? What the fuck do you have any idea about the male lived experience? You don't know shit. You have no idea what it even is like to be a man. Just like a man has no fucking clue what it's like to literally birth a baby. They're going to tell you step by step, after these contractions, and when you're ready to go and this is exactly what you're going to feel in the moment that you're pushing. What the fuck would he know? You go ask a woman who's had a baby. She's going to explain to you exactly the pain from contraction, exactly when she was dilating and ready to go, exactly what it was like pushing out the baby, the feelings, how long it took. She'll describe in great detail a very spiritual, godly process of birthing a child and how that changed her permanently. You go ask her about that. You don't ask a man to explain to you childbirth. It's the same thing. Don't fucking tell me as a man about what being a man is, what you need from a man, what masculinity is, and what real men are, what a strong man is. You fucking don't even have an idea. They're just words that come out of your mouth. You don't understand the work it takes, the discipline, the sacrifice to get to the point that you're talking about. If you would stay out of men's spaces, stop tone policing, stop finger wagging, we'll sort all our shit out. Society will be better for it. That I guarantee it. But when you introduce women in spaces, from war to everything, even the Pentagon ran $100+ million budget study where they had female soldiers and male soldiers. They had 3 groups, all female, all male, and mixed. Guess who performed the best in war? Despite the Pentagon trying its fucking hardest for female soldiers and putting them in the front lines. The all-female team did the worst overall. They can't carry shit, no heavy equipment. Their shooting was fucking ass. They can't handle the stress of war. Their teamwork was dick. The mixed group was the next worst. All the women were slowing down the men and all the metrics and evaluations. The best group, the tightest cohesion, the most lethality, the most effective group, all men, all with a singular purpose: seek and destroy. And they fucking crushed the evals. This is what happens. We lower standards to let women in. Then we try to make them feel better for not being adequate. And then we play a charade with the rest of society that it's okay, pretend the differences don't exist. We're over that shit. Everything has gotten markedly worse since this has started happening. Everybody is noticing, and the conversation is now going live and mainstream. There is now pushback in the mainstream by everybody else on the internet about this exact topic and many more to come. Red pilling on politics, on dating, on relationships, on society, everything. People have reached the breaking point. Fuck you, we don't care what you have to say. Our own eyes are not lying to us. And that's really the messaging that we have that is permeating throughout society. Anyways, I could keep going about this stuff. We'll be streaming soon, boys. Appreciate you for tuning in. Ladies, the few that are listening, I know I chew some ears off sometimes for men. I shit on men really hard, and sometimes I shit on women really hard, but it's the truth on both sides. And it'll lead to better outcomes if we're honest about what each of us needs. Anyways, thank you so much. Shout outs to everybody in the private community that's been making the Faceless channel stuff work, attempting it at least. You're learning a ton. It's great to see your guys' progress. Shout outs to everybody that's been getting shirts, hats, all of that stuff. The apparel helps support the channel directly. As usual, boys, take care of yourselves. Ladies, you as well. Take care of each other. And we'll see you on the next one.